The West Wing sold globalist policy every bit as well as the news media. Ironically, it was done with real history and educated culture. As a rule, these aren't allowed in Hollywood. They put useful info into the public square, so they have to be carefully managed. They were crafted by Aaron Sorkin. He's a master of the scriptwriting formulas, one of which is benign, the other two not so much. The main formula is a set of rules. Show, don't tell, set up the conflict in the first 10 minutes, etc. It works like a charm, and the result is a rocking film catalog. There's also the new social engineering model. That shoehorns wokeism into everything. It's a walking disaster and has produced a bucket load of flops. Then there's the trashification rule. That's been in play for as long as the structural model, and it's done way more damage than woke engineering. It's been unknown to the public for thousands of years. Films are so much fun that it never occurs to anyone that their content is controlled by the same interests that warp the news. Plots and characters reflect dingbat culture always, and civilized values are not allowed. It's rule number one in corporate media, and it applies to pretty much everything Hollywood produces. There have been exceptions. Two from TV are the Newsroom and the West Wing. They put educated themes in the mix. That's a violation of the trash model, so they balance it with maximum spin. They lie through their teeth about the inner workings of government. The issues dramatized are fictional, and they're addressed with fake logic and bogus debate. In the real world, financial interests bribe politicians. They order Congress around like a tame puppet, and they control policy with an iron fist. The shows are stuffed with bleeding heart liberalism. That does three jobs. It alienates half the population, it discredits nonpartisan ideas, and it poisons society with tribal hatred. But it's a special form of liberalism. The sensible version is mocked. The crazy, far left variety is taken for granted as all that's good and right in the universe. This is not as clever as it seems. Pundits warp ideas constantly. They do it with a well-placed modifier. That's an extra adjective that either smears or hypes the subject. So we have Crooked Hillary, the failing New York Times, Trump's racist tweets, Trump's racist border policy, and Trump's racist travel ban. Needless to say, the Democrats could use more variety in their discourse. Sorkin's method is only slightly more sophisticated, but I digress. There's also the hardcore propaganda. An example is a 2004 episode selling globalism. This was 15 years after factories were moved to Mexico and programming jobs were shipped to India. By then, it was too late to stop. So dramatizing the scam was relatively safe. Aaron still pulls out all the stops. The debate is rapid fire, featuring corporate slogans at digital speed. Supposedly, globalism will create jobs. How or when is not mentioned. And it will produce innovation. The connection between tech research and cheap foreign labor is not explained, etc. The scene cuts could give you whiplash. The president is an economist, and he provides the talking points. This is the appeal to authority scam, another rhetorical trick used by the media elite. I'm covering this episode because it's a direct attack on the working class, of which I'm a member. It's one of 11 class war policies of the last 50 years. Others include DEI, open borders, and federal debt. But I digress. Most interestingly, there's also real history and educated culture. And this is the genuine article. Sorkin understands the main theme in both the Old and New Testament. He's familiar with Hebrew, Latin, and the King James English. He knows our musical canon, he includes folk and rock, and he leans heavily on sacred music. That's a nice break from the standard playlist. He includes contributions from many ethnicities. He's well-versed in Western history and the core elements of American culture. Those include logic, tech brilliance, folk wisdom and common sense, Loyalty and integrity, historic accountability, our greatest thinkers and proudest moments. There's even a Pierce grandson. The camera effects are amazing. The lighting simulates the light and shadow of the Dutch masters. But everything is integrated with the hardcore propaganda, the fake issues, moral reversals, and bleeding heart sentimentality. Needless to say, there's a lot of footwork going on. Yet it's great to have so much Americana in a mainstream show. It's also very disturbing to see how many cultural and literary elements Sorkin can use to sugarcoat globalist policy. The episodes where they set up the Gaza war machine are especially painful. Yet this is only the tip of the iceberg. The West Wing rationalized the entire globalist agenda, episode by episode, over 7 seasons. We're paying dearly for that agenda now. But in the world of celebrity worship, pundits won't pay one dime for the damage they've caused.